Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into the overs here at Driving the Line. It's so good to see you. And it's so good to be talking college baseball. How we doing, everybody? All right. Have we had a second to relax, see what we've had out there so far in the first weekend of the 2026 college baseball season? It's been an exciting start so far. So I want to welcome everyone in and say, here we are. This is how we're going to break down the season as we go. And Tizzle, hey, would love to have you. Anytime you want to come on, and anyone else, bring it. TJ, my man, I know you're ready to go. Yeah, love it, man. All right, so let's jump into it. Now, let me explain. So what we're going to do is walk through what we have in week 2 of the college baseball season. Now, how we're going to do that is essentially we're just going to go kind of through stats. You'll get the breakdown. We don't have a full show and all the stats that'll all make sense in a minute, just because we've only had like 3 games. So we'll add on more as we go, but this is just a good way to start the week of what we have. We don't have lines for the weekend or anything like that. We just want to set ourselves up, all right, for what we have coming up, and I'll show you how we do it. Tizzle said, I'll take you up on that. Absolutely, big dog. Let's go, man. Anytime, you just let me know. I'll send you the link, all the information you need. We'll get after it. Okay, so let's jump in. What do we have this weekend from the top 25? All right. So let's walk through it and see. Penn at Texas A&M. We probably won't have lines on that. Michigan at Florida State. That's going to be a series in Arlington, Texas, there at Globe Life. LSU and Indiana in a tournament in Jacksonville. Purdue and Southern Miss at a tournament in Texas and Round Rock. Princeton at NC State. Samford at number 14, Georgia. Xavier at Arkansas this weekend. North Carolina at East Carolina this weekend. That's going to be good. VCU, 3-0 VCU at Coastal Carolina this weekend. Nebraska taking on Louisville. They're in a tournament, so any of these tournament games, they'll change, as we go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, who they're playing. Stony Brook taking on Georgia Tech in Atlanta. Bryant at number 19, Clemson. Siena at number 22, Wake Forest. Kentucky taking on Evansville there at the German-American Bank Field. Beautiful Evansville, Indiana. West Virginia, number 25. Look at them coming in the top 25. Good to see the Mountaineers taking on Liberty. Kent State, 3-1 Kent State, heading to Knoxville, taking on Tennessee. Delaware, heading to Mississippi State. Coppin State, taking on Oklahoma. Kennesaw State, heading down to Florida. Baylor taking on Oregon State. That is, again, a tournament in Texas. Lafayette taking on Miami, or Lafayette, however you want to pronounce it. Michigan State at Texas this weekend. Here we go. Auburn taking on Kansas State. Again, tournament in Texas. Globe Life Field. Great tournament down there. And then look at this. TCU at UCLA. Number 7 at number 1. Let's go. All right. Now, what we want to do is we're going to walk through some stats here. And again, we've only had 1 weekend, so there's more to add to this show each week as we go. But it's a good way to just kind of collect yourself and say, all right, there's no way I could have watched 371 college baseball games. Let's get ourselves up to speed. Who's good, who's not, who's putting up runs. And again, all these stats, take it as if you're just somebody who likes college baseball, or, from the betting perspective of, all right, well, we got teams that hit home runs and we'll have runs and all that as we go. You could see every week, you'll see some of the same teams keep appearing. Well, those are teams you keep betting, money line or overs, team totals, etc. Right? So all this information goes into play. And it's kind of like AI in regards to each week, our information will get stronger the more data that we have. But it's what we have, baby. So let's go. Home runs. Incarnate Word. 11 tanks on the year already. Look at them. LSU, they've hit 10. Kent State, they've hit 10. Northwestern, they've hit 9. Vanderbilt, they've hit 9. So, yeah. Lafayette. Matt, is that correct? Lafayette? Is that the way? All right. Make sure. There's a little town in Tennessee it's pronounced Lafayette. So I always get mixed up. But Lafayette, right? All right. So, okay. So what do we look at when we see these teams home runs? Well, Teams put up a lot of runs, right? Not only from, team betting perspective, but player prop perspective, if you have it in your state. All right, team ERA, pitching staffs, teams that we want to pay attention to that are not giving up runs. Clemson, a team ERA of 0.35. Yeah. UCF, they've put up a ton of runs and aren't giving them up. 0.43 team ERA. Coastal Carolina with an even 1. UC Irvine with an even 1. Looking good out there. Then Tennessee with a 1.12 team ERA. So home runs, team ERA. And again, more stats that we get in, we'll go through it even deeper. Now, coming in hot. What is coming in hot? What this is college baseball is a sport that is very, I don't want to say consistent, but it is. You look at teams that are playing well, it tends to carry over, right? So again, when we list these teams that are coming in hot, playing well right now, essentially that's what it is. It doesn't mean that we're betting them. And it doesn't mean that these are the only 5, right? But teams that we're highlighting saying, all right, these boys are playing well. We might not want to overthink it. Let's take a look at how they did in week 1, and then let's take a look at who they have in week 2. And then we start to circle, write down notes, identify, all right, LSU might be a team this weekend. Texas, go up against Michigan State. That could be a tough series. Let's write them. Let's keep an eye there. Mississippi State, you get the point, right? So, all right, LSU, 3-0. Again, competition levels are different for every team, but yeah. They are in Jacksonville this weekend at a tournament, so keep an eye on LSU. Haven't really had a chance to bet them. You'll also see that as we go. There are teams that, LSU, Tennessee, we just haven't been able to bet them. So we tend to look at the information that helps us. But again, LSU being a team, definitely want to keep an eye on them. Texas, 3-0 last weekend, absolutely looking great. Taking on Michigan State. That is going to be a good one. Michigan State looked good. Mississippi State, ranked 4th in the country there, 3-0. Taking on Delaware, probably not going to get an opportunity to bet Mississippi State this weekend. Spell Dog 2-0 Samford, top 8 Bama batting. Bama's got to get them bats going, man. Got to do it. Okay, so Mississippi State, taking on Delaware, probably not going to get an opportunity to bet that. Georgia Tech, 3-0, taking on Stony Brook. Again, probably not going to get an opportunity to bet it, but Georgia Tech baseball right now, it's everything you could ask for. And Auburn, same deal, 3-0, loved it. Love what I saw. Playing in a tournament, we will get an opportunity to bet Auburn this weekend, and you're going to get an opportunity to bet LSU this weekend. So you'll get LSU, you'll get Texas, and you'll get Auburn. I don't know about Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. That one will be tough. Aubie, watch these books. They just told me my finished game that won the total was a postponed game. What? That's the second one I've heard. Which book? Well, you don't have to call them out if you want to. They literally just straight up robbed me of a win. Yeah. All right, now we can call them out. Who did that? That's terrible. I heard Millsy talking about the run rule stuff or the designation of the home and visitor. Oh my goodness. All right. So anyway, so that's coming in hot, right? So that's keeping an eye on the teams that we want to keep an eye on. They're just playing a good ball. Now let's look at the opposite side. So we talk about college baseball being a consistent sport, and it is, but it's also a ping pong sport. And what do I mean by that? Let me explain it. It's very much, team plays bad on Friday, bounce back Saturday. Well, the same kind of thing applies weekend after weekend, right? Now, so we look at these teams that aren't playing well. And again, it doesn't mean that we're not betting them. And it doesn't mean that we're jumping on them either, right? We're just doing our work, taking a look who they have and going from there. So number 15, Louisville. Well, they were 8th ranked in the country, went 1-2 over the weekend. Can't do it. Didn't look good. Now, started to pick themselves up there, but they're playing in the tournament this weekend, so we're going to be able to bet Louisville. We'll keep an eye there. Vanderbilt went 1-2 over the weekend in a tournament. Played good competition, so we're not going to hammer them too terribly bad. But Vanderbilt is absolutely going to come out this weekend and smoke. Now, they're taking on Marist. It's in Nashville. Probably not going to be able to bet this, right? Like, we're just not going to have the opportunity. But keep an eye on Vanderbilt. Also, another thing with taking a look at these bounce back teams is it doesn't mean that they're going to be playing great either. You know what I mean? Like it might be we need to avoid these boys right now. And I'm not saying about any of these five, but yeah, I mean, drop it in the chat because we're not afraid to have those conversations of, teams that are banned, teams that are on the suspension list. Yeah. Teams you can't trust, man. All right. So Louisville, Vanderbilt up there. Arizona, brutal weekend, man. 0-2. Then had a game postponed, canceled. Just not a great start. Now, the interesting part, they're taking on UConn this weekend. UConn 0-3 and not looking good. So we need to circle Arizona that we might be getting the real deal. Like Arizona might bounce back strong. We'll keep an eye, see what the odds and prices are. But Arizona, yeah, write that one down. Now, these last two, UC Santa Barbara and East Carolina, they really don't belong. Honestly, they don't belong on this list. Well, East Carolina, maybe. All right, Japan, UC Santa Barbara might be something how well they played this past weekend. I agree. And the only reason that I list them is that this team is really good. It might take them a bit, but this team has talent. Them going 1-2. And again, that's on the road at Southern Miss, a top 20 team. Okay. So we are not coming at UC Santa Barbara. We're just listing them as this team could be looking to go strong. And they're taking on Portland, who is not good at all. Now, I don't know if we'll get a chance to bet it, but keep an eye there. Then East Carolina, again, goes 1-2. Taking on number 10, North Carolina, who, Hoss, you want to talk about another team coming in hot. They are playing well. Tizzle, Santa Barbara has one of the best Friday starters in the nation. Absolutely. Look at him. Took game one from Southern Miss, right? Yeah. So it doesn't mean that Santa, shoot, all these teams are good, right? I believe in them. But we have to keep an eye on it. All right. Trends of note. Now, again, this information will get better the more data input that we have. But I like to dig up and find stats. So here we go. Virginia, the Cavaliers, they are averaging 23 runs scored per game. 23. Now, again, check your competition. But Virginia, mashing. Miami has scored 13-plus runs in every game this season. Now, again, do what you will with Lehigh or any of the other competition. But Miami putting up runs for short. Clemson shut out their opponent in 3 of 4 games. Clemson not only putting up runs, absolutely chokehold on their opponents here. LSU, yeah, their pitchers have a combined 64 strikeouts already this season. Just LSU pitching. I mean, we saw it we've seen it for years, right? Yeah. Tizzle, not a shutout, but Clemson just won 11-1, so they aren't giving up runs regardless of completion and competition. Yeah, dude, of competition. Yeah, I got you. Clemson is absolutely choking people out, man. Clemson run line, right? Yeah, keep an eye on them for sure. New Mexico hitters have already drawn 41 walks. I don't know what is going on in New Mexico. But keep an eye on them because if New Mexico's getting on base, that means New Mexico's scoring runs. So I don't know how good New Mexico is going to be this year. They're not bad. They weren't bad last year. New Mexico State, watch out. That team, do not get those two mixed up. New Mexico State is not a very good team. No offense to New Mexico State, but yeah, keep an eye on New Mexico here, man. Matty I said, what's up, guys? What's up, bro? So good to see you, man. All right, so those are our trends of note coming in again. Just some little stats, and the information gets better as we go. All right, so what are some under the radar series? So we looked at the top 25 of what we have coming up. UCF in Notre Dame. All right, now this is a tournament in Jacksonville, I believe. I know it's in Jacksonville here. Not bad. UCF, a good baseball team. Notre Dame, to be determined, but so far looks like an all right baseball team. So we're going to get to learn more from these two. Dallas Baptist at UT San Antonio. 3-0 versus 3-0. Who wants some? This is a great baseball series. No joke, man. This is a good one here. Cal at UC Irvine. All right, so 2-2 Cal taking on UC Irvine. Matty, I said 13-0 Georgia Tech. Them boys efficient, man. That's what they do. Georgia Tech scores. Cal 2-2 Cal taking on UC Irvine. I like this UC Irvine team. Now, they're not going to get a ton of national media love, but they can throw. And Cal, we're going to find out. I don't know how good they are, but we're going to see. But I want to see more of UC Irvine. I really like this team. I know we talk a lot about UC Santa Barbara. I want to talk about UC Irvine too, so keep them there. Ohio State and Louisiana Tech. So I believe this is actually going to be played in Memphis. I think it's a tournament down there. So I think obviously Memphis is going to be involved. So I think you only get one of these games, but I think it's on Friday. Ohio State and Louisiana Tech. Ohio State playing good. Louisiana Tech playing good, and Louisiana Tech's always in the mix there at the end to get themselves into a regional, get going. So. I want to keep an eye there. Then Campbell at Troy, another good series. I want to learn more about Campbell and definitely want to know more about Troy. We're going to watch them tonight, recording this on Tuesday. Tizzle, Cal regressed. I think Irvine beats them up. Under on Cal team total could be a good look. Not bad right there. Not a bad play, man. Tony, Saturday, getting Notre Dame versus LSU and UCF versus Indiana, both in Jacksonville. Yes. Dude, I'm telling you, man, we're going to want to keep an eye on Notre Dame because we're going to get to bet LSU this weekend, right? We're going to get odds on that, no doubt. Yeah, it's going to be good. Japan, AB, I'm ready for a field trip. Let me know when Southern Miss has a good matchup. I'll be boots on the ground. Hey, 100%, I got you, man. Absolutely got you on that. Yeah, we'd appreciate that. All right, so the rotation, our final slide of the week. And again, we're only after week one. So, Tizzle, 3-2 Bama. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so the rotation. So what is the rotation? What does this mean? All right. So what we do is we try to identify, and you could have 2 teams, you could have 5, you could have whatever. But try to have consistent teams in our rotation that we're always looking to, right? Doesn't mean we're always going to bet them, but it's just teams, and yours might be different than mine. Right? Like I have 5 listed here of I trust these teams. I'm looking for these teams, this weekend. This is who I'm rolling with if we get the right look, right? So Texas, 3-0, averaging 9 runs per game, giving up 2.3 runs per game. And again, went 3-0 last week. So Texas, going to be a team listed there. Mississippi State, 3-0, averaging 6.3 runs per game. Would like to see that go up a little bit and want those bats to go, but I trust Mississippi State, man. 3.6 runs per game allowed so far this year. Georgia Tech, just talked about it. Oh, also, let me say this. And when we have this rotation, again, feel free to set yours up. If you have questions about it, why we do it, let me know because yeah, I mean, it's great information. And with college baseball, you definitely want to kind of have teams in your pocket, so to say, right? It'll make your life easier and it makes betting easier. And it makes it a lot more fun too. Doesn't mean you're playing these teams, but also what I was going to say was I could list LSU on this list. I could list Tennessee on this list. I could list so many more, but we haven't had a chance to bet them. We have had a chance to bet these teams. So I want to give information that's pertinent and information that helps, right? Like if I list a bunch of incarnate word and Tennessee bets, like we might not get to bet Tennessee for a couple weeks. It'll be the same thing just because they're strength of schedule. They're just probably not playing large teams, right? So I just want this information to be useful as we go. So enough explaining. Mississippi State, just talked about it. Georgia Tech here, 3-0, averaging 16.6 runs per game. Love the offense we've seen for Georgia Tech and only allowing 3.6 runs per game. So love it, Georgia Tech. Auburn, 3-0, averaging 7 runs per game. Only allowing 1 run per game. Again, it's only one weekend, but loving what we're seeing from Auburn, loving their margins here, loving their, just kind of average depth of win, so to say. I didn't say that correctly, but you get what I'm saying. This Auburn team is good, and they're going to be efficient, and it's going to be a team that we can count on and bet. So last one, North Carolina, again, same deal. 3-0, 8.3 runs per game, only gave up 2.6. Loving this North Carolina team, all about it. Okay, so that's it for week 2. That's all we have. Like I said, after we kind of go through run differential. Thank you, Tizzle. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for, run differential and applesauce brain. But yeah, as the weeks go, trust me, we'll have much more data and much more breakdown. But I hope that helps for sure. And we'll do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So you don't always have to be live. You can catch it as we go because, again, we're recording this on Tuesday. We probably won't get lines until like Thursday night anyway. So you got time, but just want to set it up and get it going. Tizzle, Oklahoma's a team we need to watch. Not sure how legit they are, but they went 4-0 over some good teams, including run-ruling TCU. 100%. You're exactly right. Oklahoma is a team we need to add to that because they went through real good competition. And remember, Oklahoma was in a national championship not that long ago. This is a program used to winning. I agree with you. Neither book I had offered DBU today. Hope you win it, Tizzle. Zach, these shows are great. Look at it. Thanks, AB. Big Zach, thank you, bro. Tony, Hard Rock is horrible with college baseball. Great look at it. Yeah, man. I hope it helps. And anything like as we go, that would say it. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, you're not going to hurt my feelings or any of that, right? We're here to help. Yeah, help myself, help all of us. You know what I mean? I don't mean to help. You know what I'm saying? All right. Thanks, Jeff. You get a chance to bet later this year. Matty boy, totally forgot about the show. Just punch it in. Yeah, man. It's the first one. It's all right. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Big Zach Francis, the like button. Don't be like me. Hit the like button. Yeah, no doubt. All right. We'll bounce out of here. Quick one this week. Hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night watching college baseball. Hoping these bets come in. We'll see you live tomorrow, every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody.